Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. How is everybody doing? I hope everyone's well. So, what's this video going to be about? Uh, Not just about postcards, but postcards is coming along again. I had the last weekend went up to Lincolnshire and got the 30,000 haul. I've gone through some of it. Very exciting about what's in there. Might actually be doing another transaction with this person. So nice to have sort of little partnerships out there and people that you can talk to about what you like and who can source stuff for you. Okay. Anyway, this is going to be a longer video. My short videos are the ones that really do get the views, but you know what? Got to build this somehow. Um, I been watching a lot of the thrifting videos, and a lot of you know that know me personally know that I had my little stall in town, and I used to sell a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and then COVID hit us, and all that came to a screeching halt, and I never really resumed it for various reasons. I had a lot of other personal things going on in my life, and I just I don't know, not somebody, but I just got it in my head that I wasn't very good at it, and then somebody said, "No, you were very good at it. You should do it again." A lot of people that I bump into, one of the things that I did was I would buy old furniture, um, and I would upcycle it. I would, I didn't do any major repairs on it. I don't have the skills for that, but I'd sand it down, give it a good repaint, varnish, do some stuff to it, and resell it. Now, I found that the smaller pieces actually sold really, really well. I got into big pieces and they just took forever to shift, and sometimes they never did. I think I still have a wardrobe in my shed out back that, it's really nice mid-century one. um, Come and get it. But anyway, a couple of friends of mine said, yeah, you should really do that again. But one thing I did find was when I would sell the furniture, I would start buying these little collectible things to stage them and make them look really nice. So I actually found that I sold more of the stuff, my staging material, than the actual furniture, which did kind of pee me off a bit. But then again, it's like, hey, there's something in this. And then I just started buying little vintage collectibles and reselling them. My stall itself didn't really make money, not much. But it was a good experience having that, because at the time, and I only kept it because, well, for two reasons. The people that owned the shop that I rented the space from were good friends of mine, and they had a lovely cafe. The other thing was I felt that it showed a little bit more legitimacy if you were going to sell things online, also having a physical address. Now, this is almost 10 years ago now. I think we've moved beyond that. People are pretty happy with online shopping. Okay. But I found that although I did sell things out of the stall, when I put stuff on Facebook Marketplace, I really did well. There was a story where I went to one of the, I won't say the place, but a local auction place where they start things at £1. And I spent 25 and I filled up my friend's Land Rover, and another friend with a van had to go back twice and get everything I bought. And I made my money back the next day, just from selling one item. So the people said, no, you definitely have an eye for it. You should definitely get into this again. So I have. And I just want to give a big shout out to a couple of people, a couple of channels that I watch. There's one I just discovered, actually, is Thrifting with Tom and Terry. And I think they're literally on the road right now out buying stuff and redoing things. And they are just like the definition of cute. And I love watching the things that they look for. And I'm in there as they're going through the various shops going, I'd buy that behind it. I'd buy the ceramic goose. Come on. But different strokes for different folks and different tastes. So that's them. Hi, guys. I do hope you see this. I'm going to hashtag you in this video. I love watching you guys. You're so funny and you're so cute. And you really have a great eye for stuff. The other one is Olive from Peach and Olive. She is in Omaha, Nebraska. And I'm going to start with what I've bought today for you because I want you to see it, because I thought of you when I got it. And I could almost hear you shouting at me in the back of my head going, buy that. I love it. Anyway, and so you don't have to sit and watch the whole video if you're bored. Okay, so I know my videos are not as fancy as theirs, but some, like you say, you got to start somewhere. And you got to stop listening to people that say, oh, you're not going to make any money at that. Oh, you're not going to do that. If you like doing it, do it. Give it a go. How do you know? And a lot of people told me, no, you were good at this. Yeah, you didn't do everything perfectly, but you're good at it. You got a good eye. Okay, right. So today, well, the last couple of days, there's a local place here where I live. I'm not going to tell you where I live. A lot of resellers go in there and they do house clearances. So anybody who's local knows where I'm talking about and knows the owner, and I know him very well. And he always gives me really good prices. The front of the shop, they're more high-end stuff, the prices on it, but the back is where you want to go because that's where you go and you pick. And basically, you go, you take your bags, you take it up to the counter. He looks through it and gives you a good price. He gives you a price for everything. So that's what I've been doing. I've done that the last couple of days. I've spent a total of 83 pounds. Now, what you're going to see today is 20 pounds of that 83 pounds. Okay, I went today. I actually had more bags with me today, and it's only mid-afternoon. They're open till 6 p.m. tonight. And the fact that the only thing that's keeping me from going back again for a second haul today is the fact that it's below freaking zero outside, and I just don't want to be out there. Plus the fact that wait till they bring in more new stuff. Okay, right. What did I find? I've got about 20 items here. So again, like I said, it's going to be a longer video, but got to promote my eBay channel, got to promote my eBay page, and you know what? Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, everybody. So, Olive, this one's for you. It actually says olive on it. I think this is really beautiful, this pottery. Now, it is, I mean, it's not something that's worth, it's not the crown jewels, but I did Google Lens it. It is from Blue Moon at Home. It is in very good condition. I've learned very well from you guys. Check it over for chips and cracks. Nice heavy piece of pottery. I could even keep this myself. That's the problem. You're going to see me in another program called The Hoarders if I'm not careful. So anyway, I Google Lens this one, and it came back as worth about, it's hard sometimes. They give you a price range on Google Lens, anywhere from 10 pounds to 30 pounds. I just took the average, and I said, I'm going to list it on eBay at 15 if I don't keep it. So anyway, I'll hope you like that one. Like I said, I could just literally hear you shouting at me going, you better buy that. Okay, next thing here I have. Now, this is a very beautiful flute, and it's got a nice little design on it. I Google Lensed this, and it came up with a wide range of possible prices. They said this could be anywhere from a few hundred to maybe 20. I think it is hand-blown glass. It's got a little indentation down here. Now, first thing I looked at that, I thought, oh, rubbish, it's cracked. It's not. That's from the, I think when I've only ever seen glass, I went to Venice a long time ago and I saw the guys do the hand-blown glass, and that's when they pull it away. And that's what that is. It's definitely not a crack. But I don't have a hallmark. I don't have a brand. I don't have any way to identify it. So I kind of just went low end on this one, and yeah, the one with the leaves on it. I'm going to put it up for 15 and see. It's in very good condition, and even my Google Lens came back and said that the glass is in very good condition, so that will help your price. Okay, so that's that one. It's got this beautiful amber color on it as well, so I like it. Again, not something I would really keep. I wouldn't want to drink out of it. I'd be afraid to break it. All right, this one. I was a little unsure about this, but I picked it up because it's either hand-painted, Google Lens even said this, it's possibly hand-painted, Czechoslovakian, glass, Crystal Bohemia area, or somebody's A-level art project. Just painted the glass. I don't know. It looks a little too well done for that, but I read it through Google Lens, and they said, again, these things, a huge range. If it's Bohemian crystal, it could be worth a good amount of money. If it's not, you're probably looking at about maybe 10 or 15, and I think that is what I have put it on there for. I'm going to list this for about 10 on eBay. But again, no chips and cracks. Very pretty. Very pretty. Again, I don't know if it's something I would really keep. I do really like stuff like this, but I don't really have a use for it. And I don't like to keep a lot of stuff like this around this. As soon as this video is done, it's going up in my storeroom because I have little furry critters called cats. And cats and fragile vintage collectibles do not mix. They're not less than a hard way. Here we go. Next one. This beautiful wine glass. I think this is actually from Czechoslovakia. It doesn't have a brand name on it. I put the magnet against this, learned that from you, Olive. So it could be brass. It has got some weight to it. Again, no brand identifiers, nothing to prove what it is, but it's in very good condition. So again, I think I've got this listed to go on at 10. Where's my list? Red goblet flower. No, that's the little ones. I think it's going on for 10. And we'll see. I put them up a little bit sometimes, and then because you can always move them down. You can't move prices back up though. That's very difficult. Well, sure you can, but it's not going to look very ethical. Okay, next thing, we got a little perfume bottle. I saw this and I thought, ooh. I don't wear perfume, but I love perfume bottles. This I thought, oh, hey, that might be worth a little bit, but it's not. It's actually, I mean, it's worth more than I paid for it, but it's Avon. It's got an Avon sticker on the bottom. So again, I think I've listed this for about 7 or 8. Again, I'm going to list it for about 7 or 8 pounds. All right, moving on. We're actually did this quicker than I thought. I'm just trying to be so careful. This one is a mystery. Help me out with this, anybody. It's got a little, this is really lovely. It's got a little hand-painted thing on there. First I thought, oh, maybe this is something that somebody threw together as an art project. It's got this sticker on it. I don't think so, because it's got this marking on it, and it's Maria Rinaldi. Now, I looked up Maria Rinaldi, and the only thing I could find was a clothes designer, but it's also got this little tag in it, and it's got the name. This is some kind of liqueur bottle. It's obviously empty, otherwise I wouldn't be able to sell it. And it's got Maria Rinaldi on there again, and it's got this. So I just think it's very pretty, very decorative, something that you could put, I don't know, pasta in. I don't know what feeling is. These more of a little collectible bottle. Again, I think I put this up for about 10 pounds. Okay. Anybody knows anything about any of these things and thinking, oh my God, you need to price that up, or oh my God, you need to price that down? Say so in the comments. At least you watched it. Okay, this little swirly blue glass. I've got a few things like this. This is a candle holder. I saw that just sitting there. I think I have put this on, yeah, the candlestick. I'm gonna put that on for 10. I might knock it down to 8 if it sits there on eBay for ages and it doesn't get any watches or anything, but I think that's quite lovely. Nice and shiny. Very good condition, no chips or cracks. Let me put that down. Okay, I'm going to move away from the decorative glass for a bit because I saw this, and this is something I could actually see keeping. I saw a dish. And this is, let me hold on to it, I could just see breaking it online, Pool. And this is called, and I've got the whole title written down, Pool Pottery Twin Peach and Bloom seagull something. There's a seagull in there. Anyway, it's a nice little pot casserole dish. And I looked these up. I found the exact one on eBay. Now, it was in eBay Australia, and it was listed for 66 Australian dollars, which I believe is about 30 pounds, 40 pounds. I'm not going to list it for 40 pounds. I think I'm going to list it for about 30 or 25 and see. Because it's not brand new, but it is in absolute mint condition. I just saw it sitting there on the, buried underneath some stuff, and I thought, ooh, I'll bet that's worth getting. Okay, moving through the lot, moving through the hoard. I also found this nice bit of pottery. I believe this is, it says from PSI International. That was just sticking on it, but I don't know if that's actually from it. That's the thing about this place. This could have rubbed off and got on there. But I looked it up on Google Lens, and they said it's probably not anything that's hugely, hugely valuable, but I think I had listed this for, what is it? I just listed it with the rope. Yeah, 10 pounds. Okay, and, oh, back to the glass. I think this is just sweetness personified. Look at that. Nice, that nice cracked glass look. That tends to be very popular. Again, not a real big, no big identifiers, but I think I have listed that as, I'm gonna list that as 8. Might drop it to 6. Okay, here we go. Again, a nice glass vase, glass jar. It's nice, that ridged look. It's got that on there. I found one on eBay. It was a different color, but same size. So I believe, yeah, that is going to go on for about 5. They had it listed for, I think, they had it listed in dollars for like $10. I thought, no, I'll put that up for 5. It's very pretty. Okay. Oh, here, I'll do the perfume, another perfume bottle. This one, again, when I put this on Google Lens, it came up with a wide variety of prices. They said if this is Bohemian Czechoslovakian crystal, hand-cut crystal, it could be worth quite a bit. I don't think it is. I've held it up to the light. It doesn't refract the light like crystal does. There's no hallmarks on it. So I think this is just your standard perfume bottle. So I think I've listed this for 10. We're going to list it for 10. I've written down all my prices and everything that I'm going to put it on for. And I would rather, like I said, sometimes I put them up a little bit so I can bring them down. But when I look at the Google Lens range, I don't go right for top whack. I try to keep it in the middle and sometimes go below middle. Okay, right. Oh, here we go. I apologize for showing the back of my head all the time. These are very, very sweet. They're nice gold rimmed, little tiny, little, I think you call them sherry glasses in England or something. Again, ran them through Google Lens. I just ran one, and I think I'm going to put the pair on for, where are they on my list? Flower Garb. I'll put the pair on for 10. They could be worth more. They could be worth less. We'll see. But I'm going to tell you what I paid for the entire lot at the end of the video. All right, we're getting there. Okay. Now, I'm probably taking a big gamble on this. Well, so I break it, yeah. This, I think, is gorgeous. And this is the Drogated Dragon. This is from Japan. And again, beautiful condition. I just makes me think of my grandmother and her tea set. She had a beautiful one. And this is a saucer that goes with it. Now, I ran this through Google Lens, and they said that, yeah, a lot of people think this stuff is really valuable. It's not really, because it's not really practical anymore. With the rim, the metal rim, you can't put it in the microwave. I don't know why you'd put this in the microwave anyway, unless you want to heat up your tea. And if you hand wash it, it starts to rub some of this off. Now, this is actually textured, so it's going to take a lot of rubbing to knock that off, but still. I really like it. It's something I could see keeping if it doesn't sell. But I think I am going to put that on there for 10 and see how it goes. You'd be really lucky to get, I think, more than that unless you've got like a really, really name brand. I did put the hallmark through. Not a lot came up on it. I think you'd be lucky to get 20 for it. But anyway, but again, if I don't sell it, I'll keep it. I think it's beautiful. Okay, let's... Putting the more fragile stuff over here. I've got a pillow. Away from the cats. Right. Okay, just a few more. Okay, this is really lovely. Oh, this is very delicate, but this is a very long flute, wine glass, whatever you want to do. It came up as a candle holder, and I ran it through again. I said, no, you wouldn't stick a candle in that. Bust it. It's got the nice etching on it. The top is amber. I know with the light, it's hard to tell. It looks like it's clear. I don't buy a lot of clear stuff. This clear stuff is really, you can get it anywhere here in England. It's just, it's everywhere. It's still very pretty, but I think you'd be lucky to resell it for what you paid for it. But when it's got a little tint to it, then I pick it up because it's a little bit more desirable then. So I think I have put this on there at, I need to start skipping lines when I write this down. I think I put this on at 8. Might be a little bit more. I think that's very pretty. I think if it was a set, obviously you'd have a, you'd be able to maybe demand a higher price. But a lot of people will buy single ones because if they've got one and it's been broken, especially something as delicate as that, they think, oh, okay, cool, I can do it. And I do that with the decorative. I've got some decorative like Dalton plates up, you know, the ones with animals on it and stuff that people collect. And I don't have a full set, but sometimes it's worth listing those individually because plates break, and if they're a limited edition, they might not make them anymore. Okay, right, here we go with some more Bohemia glass. This is gorgeous. Now there is a little bit of wearing on the gold rim, so I think I'm going to list this. I think I've got this down for 8 or 10, just because that Google Lens says you could probably get a little bit more for it, but I just kind of took into consideration that there is that tiny bit of wearing, but I still think it'll sell. Like I said, you can sell stuff that might have the tiniest bit of damage to it, but you just have to make sure you note it and consider that when you price it. Okay. Now again, talking about the clear sort of glass stuff that I just talked about, well, I did buy this, and it doesn't show up very well on the camera, but it's not clear glass. This actually has a little azure blue tint to it, so that's why I took a chance on it and got it to resell. So I'm going to list this low. I'm going to list this at 5, and then I might even have to go a little bit lower. But I thought the fact that it's not clear, it's a little bit different. Somebody might think, oh, okay. And I'll make sure I put that in there because when you can see it, it's really hard to tell that it actually is a light blue. Okay, almost done. I'm just trying to set this in a safe spot. All right, here we go. This, I can't believe this looks almost new, and I just saw it sitting there. This is actually West German pottery. Again, not the real rare stuff. This was probably, when I ran it through Google Lens, it says probably something that like a store like Pier 1 Imports would carry, but still, you can resell these from about 20 to 30 pounds. So I think I have put that on 20, I'm going to put it on for 25 and see how we go. Like I said, there's room. There's a lot of room in these margins. When I tell you how much I paid for everything, you'll think, yeah, there's a lot of room in our margins. Okay, a couple more items to go. There's 2. Let's not break anything when I'm reaching for it. And then a nice little blue, cobalt blue, let's say that's more of a goblet. They call it the beehive shape. Nice little twisted stem. So I think I have put that down for, I think I put it down for 8 or 10. And then going through my list. I need to, next time I do one of these, I'm going to put everything in order a little bit better. I thought, no, I'll remember. No, you won't. But yeah, I think I put this down for 8 or 10. Okay, last thing. And this thing is really interesting. The point where I might keep it. This plate. And I picked up this plate and I put my hand over it. And I just thought, wow, all these stamps. This is not printed on. These are actual stamps that have been attached to it. So I thought, well, somebody bought a white plate and just did a little papier-mâché project. I actually did. I thought, well, run it through Google Lens. No, they are on, they do sell them like this. And they say the ones with the actual stamps, not a print, are worth more. So this says, fine white, Bilson, Staffordshire, England, underglaze, detergent proof. Tableware. Now I'm not sure. I don't know why I'd run that through the I don't know how detergent proof those stamps are going to be when you run it through the dishwasher a few times. But yeah, I have seen some on there. So I am going to list that for 20 and see how it goes. But again, this is something I wouldn't mind keeping just to put nuts and knickknacks in and put it on my sideboard. Okay, so that's it. That's everything. So I totaled all my totals and everything. I went through the Google Lens prices. And again, I did try to be conservative and kind of go for the middle and not the top whack price because I don't have, if I do have something that is actually really high end, I don't have any certificate of authenticity to prove it. So, and good luck finding it in the place where I bought it. Do I want to take it to an antique dealer? Not really. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot. I've got one more item. This is completely different. It's vintage scale. This is heavy. This is, and it still works. It's a very good working order, even though it is a bit beat up. But then again, when it's a vintage item, I think the fact that it's a bit beat up makes it look a little bit more saleable. And this is a Hughes family scale. It goes up to 20 pounds. So it's really nicely marked, and in ounces as well. And the counterweight still works and everything. So yeah, I'm going to put this on. I think I'm going to put this on for, what did I put down? 20. 20. Got to think about shipping on this because this is quite heavy, but it's quite durable. It isn't going to break. Yeah, I have watched all your videos and everybody and your concerns about shipping glass. I'm going to give it a go. And if I end up shipping a bunch of stuff and it just gets smashed to smithereens, then I'll know not to do it again. I'm going to try. I have done this before and I have shipped some glass, and it's been okay. But yeah, I'm going to probably be investing a lot in bubble wrap with this. Okay, well, I totaled up all the prices of what I think I can get. If I get everything listed as I want, it's about 263 pounds. Now, give or take, you can even say knock off 20% when you got to mark something down that's been sitting there. So you're still looking at about 220. If I get 200 for the lot, that is great, because guess what I paid for all of this? All of this together, I paid 20 pounds. So I think I can at least make that back. All right. Well, anyway, everybody, if you've watched to the end of this, thank you so much. Please leave your comments. Please leave your advice. Try to be positive. If you said, if you notice I've made a huge mistake on something and I've got literally the value of the crown jewels, please do tell me. But like I say, try to be positive. Don't come up and say something's worthless, because I've proven somebody wrong already on that. Okay, everybody, thank you again, Olive and Tom and Terry and all the other amazing people that I watch. And thank you for inspiring me to get back into thrifting and reselling. And I'll be back on probably very soon with another haul. Ciao.